Like it
Well, you have to
it
distract
doesn't faze
yourself
me.
from the poop. I always did. I would like to guess what they ate. You can find things in there. I find poop fascinating.
a
You don't
lot
want to
of-
see your grandmother's circle jerky.
There's kids now who see their grandma in porn. There's grandma porn.
Not today, pal. Not today.
Some people would introduce our guest as Hollywood royalty, but to me, he is the Christopher Columbus of my people, which are the germaphobes, the OCD,
Thank you.
these people. I just want to thank you for everything you've done
Thank you. Oh, well, that's really sweet of you.
for us.
Lead with mental health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I'm the Christopher Columbus of mental health.
yeah. I feel like you were the first one.
I
He's not the
discovered.
best guy.
I discovered neurosis and
You put it
OCD.
on the map.
I feel like you went
So the
out there.
Nina, the Pinta, and the sanitizer.
Yes.
Oh,
Very
wow.
good.
There
What
it
I did
is.
there?
I
Yeah.
love it.
I made history and a pun
Wow.
all in one.
Yeah.
That's
That's
why I'm
you're-
royalty.
That's
You're
why
so much
you're
more
you.
than just the OCD. And
I am more, than, and I'm Canadian.
That's what we were talking about earlier. Do you think germaphobe eventually will get a new name that'll be changed into where they won't use germaphobe anymore?
Like a
Where
more
it'll
technical
get,
name?
It'll get woke.
Or
like-
there is a technical name.
What is it?
Misophobia.
Mysophobia.
Yes, but I think eventually it'll just be known as Howie, because tissue is not Kleenex. You think
Right.
Kleenex is just a brand name.
I'm not sold on that one. When people I think people say Uber for taxi and this. I've never.
They don't say Uber for taxi.
Oh, for sure.
Call
when someone
me
says
a-
I'm gonna get an Uber.
Yeah,
Yeah, so I'm gonna Uber there instead of.
and they
it
don't
used
get
to be.
Uber.
It's a verb now.
Yeah, I'm saying that I don't think I don't know anyone who uses clean. Maybe that's a Canadian thing. I don't know people who use Kleenex
Like, hand
for
me a
tissue.
Kleenex?
Yeah, like someone's like, get me a Kleenex. I don't know that one, but I hear people suggest that that's true.
You said never get me. You've never said I need a Kleenex. Does
Ever.
anybody have a Kleenex?
No, never.
You've never heard that?
Of course I've heard that, but
He
it's not.
hasn't.
You just said it, so
But
I've
you're a
heard it.
germaphobe. You're locked alone. You're not with people.
You're right.
See, that's
Right,
the
Jamie?
point.
This is-
If
yeah,
you were
yeah,
out
that
here
is
in the
exactly
germ
true.
world, you'd probably need a Kleenex to touch things.
Rob probably lives your dream life, to be quite honest.
Why?
I
Rob?
barely leave my home. Yeah.
Either do I.
Yeah. Oh,
I
really?
no, and it seems like I'm out there because I'm on television and I'm on podcasts, but I'm a hermit. I live in the fetal position in my room wherever I am, unless I come out to regale you with stories.
Right.
But do you love being home, or is it like a torture where you're like, I want to go out, but I'm stuck here?
I spend my life trying not to be tortured, because my resting face or my resting being is tortured.
Mm-hmm.
So I spend my life not to be tortured.
What age did it start being where your resting being was tortured, or was that always?
I don't remember not being tortured. I'm actually better now than I ever was, but I'm medicated and I see therapists and I have coping skills.
Care to share what some of them are?
Yes.
I would love to hear.
The biggest one is distraction. So I stay busy as possible. I'm doing at my age to be doing all the things that I'm doing as frequently as I do them is by choice. And I'm lucky that people will give me the opportunity. I'm lucky that people like you say, okay, you can show up. And then when I'm doing that, then it distracts me from my own inner mind. Unless you show up someplace and they want to talk about it. No, I'm okay.
Oh,
with
really?
that.
You don't want to talk about
No,
it?
I'm okay talking about it. I just think the worst thing for me, the scariest time for me is quiet. I just don't like quiet time. And I don't mean quiet as in sound. I just mean nothing to do.
Yep.
If even though I do spend time in my room, I will spend time in my room. I'm addicted to social media and fear of missing out and wanting to do it. And I'm on every platform just trying to sponge up whatever is going on anywhere that I have
Yeah.
nothing to do with, that I don't even understand, that isn't even my culture or my language. I don't want to miss anything.
That's
I
interesting because
understand.
I went the opposite way. I'm not on any social media. I don't want to know anything that's going on. I've just
How do you cope then? Are you medicated?
no, lately I've been thinking more and more that my real problem is I have ADHD and I was never diagnosed.
I have that too.
Yeah.
I have almost the whole alphabet. I would like to buy a vowel. I do. I have ADHD.
You'd like to buy some E?
Yeah.
I have that too. I was never diagnosed. I come from two generation past you. nobody diagnosed me. So I got thrown out of school. I didn't have any friends. You know, I'm lucky that I got a career. Everything that I've ever was, and I've said this many times, everything I was ever punished for, expelled for, hit for, is what I seem to get paid for today.
Wow.
So I found, you know, I feel like one of the luckiest people in the world, that this is a job. I say that, and you're not paying me for this, right? So it's
Zero.
So this is a volunteer
Yeah, you wouldn't want to touch
this
the
is
money
charity,
anyway,
actually.
You know?
charity.
This
But
is
that's what I
charity,
do in my
Andrew.
spare time.
You're doing the good deed.
The way I coped for a long time was drugs, alcohol. You know, for
I did too.
17 years, I was just high or drunk every day, pretty much.
Not that long for me, but yes,
Yeah.
I'm sober right now. So yes, I agree. But now I have prescribed medications.
Yeah.
Yes.
And you feel that those ease anxieties and the thoughts, because I am like you, where if there's not much to do is when I'm my worst.
I don't know that an idle mind is good for anybody. I think that we need to stay busy
Yeah.
because we have to get out of our own way. And
Yeah.
whether you're talking about mental health or not, I think the worst, the biggest problem that people have anywhere is thinking. I don't think we need to think. I think, like Nike says, we just need to do. No, just do it, but
Yeah.
don't think about it. And I think that if you trust your instincts and your gut and you just do it, then a lot of times, even if it fucks up, there's nothing wrong with fucking up. And as somebody who's my age and has fucked up a lot more times than you've even been alive, then I've learned. Those are just learning, you know, no pain, no gain.
Yeah.
But the opportunities missed out on because of my thought process and anybody's thought process in overthinking something and kind of, you know, creating scenarios that probably will never happen, makes you not and do things. And that creates a shoulda, woulda, coulda. And life is too short for shoulda, coulda, woulda. Just do it.
That's what my dad says. Didn't I? I told you that recently, right?
Really?
My dad, what he said to me my entire life is always limit your shoulda, woulda, couldas, Jamie. It's like the advice
There you
he's
go.
forever
I
given
love your
me.
dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I agree with what you said, and that's why sometimes I push myself to do things, but then almost 100% of the time when I get to the thing, I'm sitting there going, why am I not home on my couch?
But that's also thinking. So that's why the distraction, when I get there and I do it and I'm distracted, then I don't let my mind go there. I mean, there's a million, I think even in this moment, if we talk about it, I'd be a lot more comfortable rolled up at home than sitting here with two people I don't really know. I like you. I'm not knocking you, but
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
I get it.
I don't know what you've touched or who you've been with or what
100%.
what's breathing out of you. But the truth of the matter is I'm doing this and this is good. As much as it's maybe helpful and I could promote something and I can talk to people that know nothing about me and don't even know who I am. More importantly, I'm away from me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally. Well, speaking of doing, you've done so much in your career, right? You've been a movie star, a TV star.
I've done a movie. I've been on TV,
But those count.
but I'm not a movie star. and I'm
Okay,
not a
so
TV
you've done a
star.
movie, a personal favorite of mine. I loved Walk Like a Man.
You really did?
Oh my
You're
God.
the
It was
one.
like a kid favorite
You're the
of mine.
one.
I loved it. You hosted game show, podcast. Is there anything you haven't done that you want to do still?
That's exactly what I want to do.
What?
Something I haven't done.
Do you know what that is yet?
No, but I'm not. And when it presents itself in front of me, I'll do it. I always say yes. I always, unless
Really?
it's physically impossible. Yes. I
What would
wasn't
be
gonna-
physically impossible? You
So
seem
I
like
don't-
an in-shape guy.
But when somebody calls me and says we're doing this, do you want to come over and do it? I go okay. And then I have people around me and go, you don't want to, you shouldn't. But I will always say yes, because if you say no, this is the shoulda, coulda, woulda. Again, no is the first two letters, N-O is the first two letters, and nothing. Nothing will come from no. But yes, at least I'll learn what mistakes are. So I want to do something that I haven't done. You know, the latest thing that I've done and doing is my podcast.
Yeah.
And I do a podcast with my daughter. It's called Howie Mandel Does Stuff. Wherever you get podcasts, there's a new one out every Tuesday. it's a joy. I never did a podcast. If somebody asked me, "Do you want to do a podcast?" I probably would have said no. I would have said yes. I just contradicted myself, didn't I? But it wasn't something that I wanted to do. It's just something that, my son built a studio in my office. My daughter said she wanted to do it, and I went, okay. I don't know but it's fun. Do you enjoy this?
I do. Mainly because I get to be with one of my best friends all the time.
Are you two a couple? I don't know a lot about you.
No. We were
No.
We were co-stars in a television show as early teens, late teens, for 10 years, and then have continued our close friendship. We have a unique chemistry, and sort of that's what this show is about.
Were you ever a couple, even when you were
Never
working
a couple.
together? Oh,
Never.
Not even
a-
we flirted. That,
yeah.
Like we would go out to clubs and parties and never. It was always like we played brother and
We
sister.
feel
so it's
like
very
brother and
Is that
sister.
that you live that instead of you
Yeah.
live like brother and sister, but that
Kind
doesn't
of,
mean
yeah.
but
Yeah.
Yeah, but and like everybody on the show was always like, well, the kids are here, the kids. So we were always kind of
Grouped
we were brother
together.
and sister on the show. We're brother and sister everywhere we went. So it was like we were
Yeah.
always brother and sister, and it always felt that way. It never felt like And also, I was 12 and she was 16. So there's like when we first
Wow.
met, there's that weird.
Wow.
4 years is a big age gap at
Yeah,
that time.
Like when you're 12, or when you're 16, you're not looking at 12-year-olds that way. And when you're 12, you're like, oh no, there's, it's just like a whole other world.
Yes.
It's
whole
like
new
she was
world.
almost an adult to me. Yeah, when I was 12.
16.
Yeah.
But you remain
Yeah.
friends. That's really nice.
Yes, we
Yeah,
have.
yeah.
We
We're on
have.
friends
We've remained
for,
really close.
I want to hit
understand.
you. I want to hit you with a couple of things that bother me when I'm dating, and I want to know where you see them from 1 to 10.
It's not pissing corn after a date.
No, I don't mind that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. It's so something that's really is a problem in almost all my relationships is the phone in the bed. When I go to lay down and the girl I'm dating has her phone in the bed, and like I'm like, hey, listen, I'm crazy. Like, that's the way I did. I go, I'm crazy. It bothers me. I go, can you try it? And they're like, oh, of course, yeah, sorry. And then, of course, the next day, and because they're used to putting their phone in the bed,
Right.
And I find the phone to be so disgusting, and I want my bed to be very
Right.
clean,
Right.
wonderful place. Give me some advice. I also want to know from 1 to 10.
Ass
is
pods.
Ass pods?
Yeah, instead of AirPods. Ass pods. That way she always call.
She probably put her fucking phone in my ass pod.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it
I'm
seems-
getting a call. Woo! I don't know. What's your advice? What's my advice to you?
Or even with something like
Are you
that
talking about
bother
the
you?
germs?
100%.
I wasn't even thinking of the germs.
Oh, it's
I mean,
100
how exciting are you if you bring a woman to bed and she brings her phone?
I'm talking about.
How about a little scroll and roll?
There are women who lay in bed at night on their phone, and then
Not
they take
on
the
a
phone.
date.
I'm not talking about a date. I'm saying I'm dating someone for months, and they're in their bed, or sometimes you show up at their place, you show up at my place, and the phone is on the bed because they were in the bed on their phone. The germs from the phone in the bed really bother me, but I can't. What are you supposed to do? Like I can't.
I don't think about the germs on the phone. The germs on the phone would be the same as the germs on her body. Like, where did she put her phone that she
Oh
wasn't?
no! People, they do swabs on phones, and they're like phones.
Don't
are
bother
the
me with
most-
this. Don't tell me what's the phone is bad.
You just asked me. I think
A lot of germs on a phone.
Phones are disgusting.
Well, because if you place them in
people go to the gym,
like
they
on
put
a
the phone
Put him
table.
on his
thing.
fucking bed.
And that's what I'm saying. It comes back to my bed, and I'm like, you were in the gym 3 hours ago with your phone in the cup holder on the floor on a mat, and now it's in my bed.
Can I
The
give you an
wipes?
example? Can I give you an idea?
Please,
Those
ass
little-
pods.
No, that's for taking calls. Oh. But what about those little sandwich bags? Those little
Ziploc?
Ziploc clear sandwich bag. You go before you come in the bed, just drop it in here, zip it up. There you go. You can see it. It's there, and it doesn't touch the sheets. You should have sandwich Ziploc bags on your nightstand if you're single.
Listen, I like that, but the problem then becomes if they don't remember that I don't like the phone in the bed, they don't remember to put it in the bag. You know what I mean?
Are you dating somebody right now?
Right now, I'm not because of my many issues. Yeah, my many
Is there a
issues.
woman on another podcast going, this fucking idiot wouldn't let me bring my phone into bed?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, but that's the thing. I don't not let somebody do it. I just after like 3 weeks of dating, if they can never do it, I just go, I can't do this anymore, and then I'm gone. Instead of trying to be like, can't you please? I don't
Well,
want
how
to
do
make
you
it
know
her
they're
problem.
not on Like they could, you don't, there might be a reason for it. Maybe they're on probation and they have to be, they're being tracked.
But I've
by a
dated girls on probation who don't do the phone in the bed. They're fine with it.
And you're okay with the ankle bracelet.
Yeah. Because we do the alcohol wipes before she gets in.
And he doesn't like to leave the house anyway.
Yeah,
and you
it's
don't do
great.
the alcohol wipes on her phone before you even go to bed?
She won't. I also don't. The phone.
You
is,
have a woman that'll go to bed with you but won't let you wipe her phone?
Here's the problem. The phone is up by the head. The ankle bracelet's down by the feet.
I'm
So it
talking
doesn't bother
about-
me as much.
I'm talking about, I have no problem telling anybody I'm a germaphobe. But if you say you're a germaphobe, can't I swab or wipe your phone?
Yes, but then it becomes the living the life where I don't want to be watching her every hour and every minute of every day.
No, just
when she's
before bed.
walking.
It's a thing.
But it's not a before bed. Like people like to go and just walk into the bed and put the phone. Like people like to be in the bed even when it's not
Do you
bedtime.
sleep in a fucking
sometimes.
phone case? Why do they always
Listen,
go in there
I-
before
I-
and
He's
put
a
their
boy
phone?
in a bubble.
I live in a one bedroom, dude. I don't live in a mansion. Half the fucking apartment is the bed.
Wow.
Yeah,
You're really charming the ladies. I can hear the
Hey.
ladies listening right now.
bro.
going,
That's why I'm single, man, and a ton of reasons. It's terrible. Okay, what about when a girl asks me like, "Oh, we should go bowling. My friends are going bowling." And I'm like, I don't want to fucking put the shoes on. I don't want to put my fingers in the fucking holes. And then I'm a downer. I'm a fucking downer.
You don't have bowling gloves?
I need bowling gloves. And what about the feet? What do I need to have my own fucking bowling shoes for the one time a year I go bowling, right?
I have my own bowling shoes.
Do you
Do you
go
like
bowling?
to bowl?
No. But what if somebody wanted me to? I'm not going to
You're
rent.
prepared.
Like we're supposed to believe that the guy that sprays
Oh,
that
that is
whatever.
the biggest crock of shit.
I get the shoes and never put them on
Why?
because I don't want to wear them.
No, why? I get that part.
Because I'm following the rules.
I love that you thought I was confused by why you didn't put them on. I'm confused by why you get them if you're not going
For
to
the
put them
process, for they can
Oh, you
mark
like-
off that the girl in lane 13 got her shoes. I don't know if there's like a checking process.
on. Wow, you have a different neurosis. You're afraid of
I'm a
people
rule follower.
thinking,
Yeah.
thinking the girl on lane 13 didn't get shoes.
Big time.
Rather than the girl on lane 13, the girl on lane 13 got shoes but doesn't put them on.
I don't care if they know I don't put them on, but I just, I don't,
You-
because I don't think they're going to come around to check, but I'll just get them out of a formality because I think that comes with like,
Very when you think of bowling, you think of sticking to the formalities. You think
Yeah.
of the strict culture of bowling, and you don't want to break a rule.
I didn't. Well, because you pay for the lane and you have to buy the
Use the
$2
bumpers?
shoes. I don't. I'm pretty good.
The first time I really felt like I understood Jamie, we were talking about one of our friends, and I was like, oh, well, I remember meeting them, and I wasn't sure if I liked them at first. And Jamie was like, her eyes shot open, and she's like, oh my God. She's like, when I meet people, all I'm worried about is them liking me.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I don't even think about, do I like somebody? I just hope they like me. And I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, wow, I've never had that thought.
Yeah.
This is amazing. The
I
way
wish I
you-
could be more like him.
So, my view of from where I stand, I don't know. I know who you are, but I don't know you guys.
Mm-hmm.
But as we sat down, you kind of captured the beginning of this as like I'm fucked up, and Howie helped me. I not help me, but I have mental health. I love that. I have problems. I'm single. I can't find somebody who won't put their filthy, shitty phone in my bed. And then slowly but surely, the wave of neurosis comes to this side where you take shoes for no reason at all. You're very concerned about what others think more than what is right to do. This is like a wave of, this is like a group session where we're going around. It's a meeting. It's like an intervention.
That's a great synopsis
This is
of
our
this pod.
podcast. It's not today, pal. We pass the baton back and forth of just being.
Who you are.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Flawed.
Heavily flawed humans.
We are all
Heavily.
flawed.
And I
of
find
course.
that is what's interesting to talk about. You know what I mean? I feel like the
Do you know a
Ten-
perfect person?
No, but I feel like the Tonight Show vibe of like, oh my God, tell us the amazing, like that. I feel like that's kind of like a 20-year ago thing where it's like, you're going to come out, I'm going to make you look really good, and we're going to look really good, and everything's going to look perfect. We want it to be perfect.
Yeah.
Where I feel like I love podcasts because that's not what it is. I feel
Yeah.
like you see the imperfections, you hear about these people, you get
No, I'm open about it, and I have no problem talking about it. In fact, I think it's important to talk about it because it removes a stigma. as somebody who comes from my generation and my age,
Yeah.
that people didn't talk about it, didn't talk about mental health. I didn't, and even when I ended up going to get help, which was in my late 40s, when I ended up getting help, I didn't share that with anybody. I blurted it out on a radio show by accident, and I was devastated that people knew.
You were.
Wow.
Well, yeah. I mean, I can think of my parents, not my dad so much, but
How
my
old's
mom,
your dad?
76.
Okay.
I think my mom in particular would always say, like, never let him see you sweat. Don't let anybody know you have a problem. You know, always be perfect. That was just, and
So
because
weird.
she was,
we have so many similarities. I'll never forget the day my dad had this. He was a member of this club, like a golf club and stuff. And he took me on a Sunday, and he took me to the sauna. His friends used to on Sundays take a sauna, and he took me to the sauna. He sat me in the sauna, and I'll never forget. He looked at me and he said, "Never let them see you sweat."
wow, what a challenge.
You reminded me of that.
Sorry.
We do
It's a core memory right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
we do something else on this podcast called Memory Lane, where because we've been friends for like 25 years or whatever, the boys pick a photo of us on they Google a photo.
Wait,
of
how
us.
old are you?
I'm 38.
Oh wow, same age as my kid. One of my kids.
Yeah. So we've been friends for 26, going on
You're in your
27.
40s?
I'm 42.
You don't look it. Wow.
Oh, thanks.
Thought you were dealing with a bunch of fucking kids here, huh?
I thought you were
Howie?
kids.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
no.
I got a little gray. I got a little gray in the beard. The
I have a little gone.
no, it looks great.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah, you do it well. Is
Yes.
that's a every day, every morning shave?
No,
No?
no.
You don't have
Nair.
to shave the sides?
I use Nair.
Do you?
Nair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love Nair.
And is that so
Love it.
when you're in a hotel, are
Mm-hmm.
you wiping your hair on like the hotel towels and tossing them? Where does this go?
What does that
I've
mean?
never used hair. I've never used Nair.
Nair.
Yeah. What's the process there?
I'm not using Nair. I shave.
Nair is
I thought my
Nair,
grandma used Nair.
is
Your grandma?
My
you
grandma
can
used Nair on her arms.
You can open a bottle
Really?
of Nair and
Yeah.
smell.
Why do you know that?
because she always had the Nair and everyone made fun of her and
So you have a hairy, like your grandmother has hairy arms, and then
She
she
never
would cream
did.
it because she creamed it off. But you asked your grandmother, Grandma, where did the hair go? And she explained. I'm fascinated. Not that she nared her arms, not that she's even from whatever culture women of that age have hair on their arms, but I'm fascinated that the fact that her grandson knows the process in his grandmother's hair removal.
well, again, Howie, you're living in mansions. People like me, I grew up in a one bedroom with many people.
Oh, so
and
she
all
used to
your
come
stuff,
over. Is right there.
All
You're-
your stuff is with each other.
Is that the only limbs that she removed hair from?
that I know of? I know it was a big thing for her arms, but she probably used it on her whole body. R.I.P. Rest in peace. But she probably used it on her, maybe
Extremely
on her whole body.
effective.
Yeah.
Really? Well, she was older. She didn't use it on her whole body.
I don't know. She wasn't that old. I was a young, I was,
Did
she's
she
only
have a
probably,
landing strip?
I don't know. I never.
Why do you say I don't know
I never
with
looked.
disappointment? Like, why are you disappointed?
Because I feel like I'm disappointing you not knowing the answer.
Well, how disappointed am I not knowing what your grandmother's vagina looks like?
Well, I've been alive for 38 years. No one ever asked me if my grandma had a landing strip, so I thought
You brought up the fact that your grandmother was removing hair.
from her arms.
Well, it doesn't just stop there.
Apparently.
I, speaking of landing strips, one of the biggest joys in my career, I did a show called Deal or No Deal.
Of course.
And in that show, I at that time I had
Flavor
Soul
saver.
patch.
Soul Patch.
Soul Patch.
Flavor Saver. Soul Patch or Flavor Saver. But the show was so successful that I got mailed to me menus from like ladies' places. What do you call the place? where you-
Whorehouses?
No.
Waxing places
yeah,
or like
yeah.
laser removal places or whatever.
Yeah. And I got they showed me, they put me on them, so you can get the landing strip, you can get a Brazilian, or you can get a Howie Mandel.
On your vagina?
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So they had the
Wow.
little like that, which I was so honored. I think that's a
Yes,
bigger honor than a
huge.
star on the Walk of Fame. But what was the weird part was my son was also old enough to be dating, and that's not where you want to.
Awkward.
Papa. You know, you don't want
Yeah.
Oh, you
Dad?
like it? It's a Howie Mandel. Oh.
You don't want to kiss your dad on the lips. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying.
What I was trying to say earlier, we do that thing called memory lane. We show that photo, whatever. So
Right.
I had them pull a photo of you,
Oh.
and I would love for you.
Okay,
You
I
didn't
wanna-
know this was going to happen?
No, I had a question, but you can. We'll do this
okay, we'll
first.
do it.
the
We'll do
pictures
it.
up.
It's little monsters.
Come on.
That's
Little
That's me on the
monsters.
right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's me on the right.
I need to show my kids this movie.
It's so I
I
remember.
have to. They're gonna love it.
This was a hell for me.
It was.
Hell.
Well, we're
Because-
bringing,
Was it the
we're bringing
makeup?
a lot of hell up for
No,
you here,
I'll tell you
Howie.
why.
I apologize.
No, but I'm wrapped in rubber, and
So
you know,
much, yeah.
and nowadays,
Sounds like your dream.
I felt like such a dick.
You did?
See what I did there?
I got it.
Oh, because
Explain
you
it
were
to
wrapped
Amy.
in rubber.
Yeah.
Jamie.
Okay. Amy.
Jamie,
So,
'cause
so
I
I was just.
I called you Jamie, so he probably
it might
you know,
be confusing.
just a
It's
little
okay.
nickname, Jamie.
Jamie. I thought I was wrong.
No,
I
so
didn't
you
know.
can call me Yami.
I didn't
can
know.
definitely
I
call
didn't
me Yami.
understand what he was doing, and I tried to. You
The-
confused me earlier. But anyway, the point is, this is in North Carolina in August. It's 110 degrees. The humidity is crazy. I spend 5 hours getting there at 4 a.m, and they wrap me in this. Nowadays, people who do like the Marvel movies and things like that, or costumes, there's hoses and water and everything. They didn't have
Yeah.
that technology then.
Yeah, for sure.
So, and this area, which was supposed to be under the bed, was an abandoned warehouse. There's no air conditioning. It was laden with asbestos. I passed out 4 times and got taken to the hospital a lot during this movie.
See, actors love to talk about how difficult our job is, but you went to
No,
the
this was
hospital.
the-
No,
I
that
said-
was
yeah,
like,
no, that's legit.
That's
After
yeah.
this
torture.
movie, I said I don't want to do any more movies.
That's
I was
great.
away. I was away for 4 months. Everything hurt. It takes so long to do things. I didn't do any more movies. I got offered more movies. I did not
course.
do them.
Wow.
I was doing a movie every time I took a break. I was on a show called St. Elsewhere
Yeah.
for 6 years. And then I was doing that at the time of this. Well, no, this came out in 89. So I had just finished that. But I didn't want to do, I was okay with TV. I didn't like film. I didn't like going on location and being gone for 3 months and being wrapped in rubber. Yay.
See, I love
Respect.
film. I hate TV because with film, you know what you could read the beginning and the end. With the TV, you never know what's coming fucking next week, next month. You know what I mean? It's like the unpredictable.
You really
of-
so I don't like the idea of you go in and you say, in a lot of times in film, you film like 1 page in 5 hours and it's not in chronological order, right? And you go, no, I don't want to cut. And then they say, go into your trailer, and you're in your trailer trying to figure out what you didn't want to.
You're like my
And then-
manager. What time? Maybe he's doing a part right
Scene.
now. Yeah.
I didn't
He
like
wants your
movies.
objective.
I didn't like movies. I did a lot of them. I didn't like them.
See, I went to I forget, it was like my aunt's house or something for like a week or 2 weeks or whatever, and they only had like adult movies, like, you know, I don't know, like Basic Instinct.
Wait.
But
Oh, adult. So when you say adult movies,
When he was a
movies
kid.
for adults.
I thought
yeah,
porn.
yeah. No,
like when
no,
your
no.
grand's house is showing you porn.
Yeah, no. See, it
Oh,
was
she
porn of
nared
my
her
grandma.
arms.
She did have a landing strip.
That's why she was narrating.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. I didn't want to say it because I was embarrassed, but she did. She did. So I saw.
The truth of the matter is, a lot of women in porn will eventually age out, have porn, and get married and have a kid, and that kid will have a kid. They'll be a grandparent, and then somebody's grandchild could see their grandmother in porn.
100%.
Wow.
But there's also
you
a
don't
lot
want to
of-
see your grandmother circle jerking.
There's kids now who see their grandma in porn. There's grandma porn. You don't have to wait until 2 generations from now. There's grandma porn now.
Do you watch that?
No, but it's up there. You know, when you go on the porn site, it all pops up. And sometimes instead of
Do you watch
MILF,
that?
it says GILF. No, I don't. I would have no problem telling you. I'm not ashamed of any of the wonderful things I do. But watching grandma porn is not my thing. I'm not into old women or young. Like, I don't even like the 18, 20. I'm like, I like that middle, I like that sweet spot of, you know, whatever that is, 30, where I don't have to think about it. I don't have to go, oh, that person's older. Oh, that person looks too young. You know what I mean?
No.
No.
Respectable. No.
Well,
No.
my
That was the end of reminiscing?
No.
No, he's not
I'm
done.
trying to.
Oh,
yeah.
okay, go ahead.
So we went to my aunt's place or whatever, and the only movie she had that was okay for kids was Little Monsters. And so I watched it every single night for a week or two, sometimes twice a night. It became like my favorite movie.
Wow.
And what I wanted to ask you is, when you're filming that, do you go, because people always ask us with Sopranos, like, did you know it was going to be a hit when you were on it? And it's like, when you were filming this, are you going like, this is going to be good? Or are you like, it's a bunch of fucking monsters?
No, he's trying
and
to survive.
we look weird. Yeah,
He's trying to come out of it alive.
When
Yeah,
did
you're
you know?
writing your
When did you
will?
know Sopranos was a hit? Like it was a hit right away, wasn't it?
Right.
Yeah.
But like they say, like, when you were filming the first season, did you know? And it was like, no, we didn't really. Whatever. But
No.
like once it came out, there wasn't like that, like, you know, Seinfeld thing where it's like the first season it was rough. Or
No.
this, right away, Sopranos. Yeah, it got a good. People liked it right away.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize you were only 12.
Yeah, I was 12 when the show started, and she was 16.
Wow.
It was 1996, 1996 when we started
97,
filming
we shot
it,
the
right?
pilot.
Or we shot the pilot
97,
in
we shot the
97.
pilot. I think it started airing in 99. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Thank you. So thank
why
you
I'm
for
here.
being such a wonderful part of mine and Amy's childhood. And
Well, thank you for being such a great part of my aging.
You're welcome.
you're welcome.
Well, I watched the show, but I was in my 50s then. So
You look fantastic.
You do.
well,
you do.
I'm
You
tall,
do look very good.
I'm tall for my age.
I could tell.
that helps.
You deserve it.
And then Deal or No
Working
Deal was
here.
like that too. When I gave people Deal or No Deal is coming
Change
back.
Your lives with my.
I'm not hosting.
Oh, then I'm not watching.
No, you
Me
can.
either.
I'm executive producer.
Okay, then I'll
I'm
watch
watching.
it.
Okay, it's Deal or No Deal Island. So the people are at the equator, and they're trying to, and they find the cases through snakes. And,
Oh my
and like
gosh.
Survivor, and then with all the cases.
Am I
they've-
being fooled right now?
No, it's real. It's real. This is after AGT, like after
Perfect.
the finale
Oh, okay.
of the new AGT.
Great. Yeah,
And I
fucking
leave from
love
here and I
AGT.
go up to Canada and I'm shooting Canada's Got Talent.
Oh,
That's where I
wow.
go from here today.
Well, thank you for sitting
Yes.
with us.
Yeah.
in
Thank
your
you so
very
much.
busy time.
I,
We really
hope
you had
appreciate
a
it.
good
Thank
time.
you. I had an
It was really
amazing
cool.
time. You guys are really good at what you do.
Thanks.
I've watched it. You're really good actors too.
Thank
Are
you.
you still pursuing acting at all?
I am.
I hate it.
Yeah, he hates it.
Really?
I hate it. Yeah, I hate the like weird because you know what it is like.
You just told me how much you loved it when I said I want to do movies, and you said I like it because you can read the scripts. And
No,
you know,
I'm saying I hate television compared to film. I'd rather do film because you know what you have to
so
do
are you
getting
not? Are
into
you
it.
going after film?
I hate all of it. No,
Oh.
I don't.
I don't understand what you said.
I don't. If I
Welcome to
had
my
to
life.
choose, I was just saying it's interesting that I don't like television, but I like the fact that in movies you get to, you know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I hope that all of you, both of you, get whatever it is.
Thank you.
I hope you
Thank
get
you.
a woman without a phone.
Thank
I
you.
hope your kids and your family are healthy and
Thank you.
happy and your
Thank you.
career thrives and you
Thank
get all the film and television you want. And thank you so much for having me on.
I hope you get to do more stuff that you've never done. And where do people follow you on Twitter? And you're addicted to all Instagram. What are you the
TikTok.
most addicted to? TikTok?
No, I'm just everything. I'm on everything. I'm on everything.
And
Kick,
at Howie
Twitch,
Mandel?
At Howie Mandel. HowieMandel.com if you want to find out where I am, what
Oh,
I
great.
do. My podcast is Howie Mandel Does Stuff. And
Great.
That's a great closing.
Our one last thing, we do have questions in this cup if you want to grab one.
okay.
And then
You know how many times you said one last thing?
I don't know. I think once. I
might
think
be
I
our
was trying to.
longest
I was
pod.
trying
No,
to
I don't mean today. I'm just saying in general. Do you know how many times you said?
Oh, a lot for sure.
Okay, so
what do
here
you,
it
what's
is.
the question?
Do you have?
I
Sorry,
know,
I
it's
have
terrible
I have bad
handwriting.
Is that your handwriting?
Do you want me
Yeah.
to translate for you?
Do you have reoccurring dreams? Do you have reoccurring dreams?
Yeah. Do you have any reoccurring dreams?
And what is the and your had?
What
the
dream
stuff-
have you had the most?
What is the second part of it?
Do you have reoccurring dreams? Ones you've had that stopped, dreams you've had
The most.
the most.
Yeah. So do you have reoccurring dreams? I'll translate.
Yes.
Thanks, guys. That was Howie. Would you care to share what? Like for instance, I have a dream that I'm flying all the time, but then oddly sometimes it just stops, but then it comes back for 3 months at a time where I'm constantly flying, and you forget how to fly. You're crashing towards the ground. I think a lot of people have.
Have you ever had the dream? Have you ever had the dream where you wake up but you're in your bed, but you're not awake. You're not awake. You're in your dream, but in your dream you wake up. You're in your bed, and the window, without anybody touching it, automatically opens, and a whole flock of birds, like white birds, doves, come into the room and fill your room, and it's beautiful, but then they just start all shitting on you. Have you ever had that dream?
Wow, I've never had that.
Me either. Try and find somebody who has.
It's a good one. I like it.
I don't know if it's good. I've never
There's
had
a few
it.
people who listen to this podcast. Maybe one of them have had that dream.
No.
Yami, you have any recurring dreams?
Why do you call her Yami? That confused me at the beginning.
Because my
Yeah, it's just a
my
nickname.
my Cuban grandmother can't say the J of Jamie, so my whole life she's called me Yami. So
Because
he
I
calls
came
me
in, I'll
Yami.
be honest with you. I came in thinking your name was Jamie.
And then I said Yami, you thought it was Amy.
Then I thought, did he say Amy?
I messed
Do I
up.
not know her name? And I'm going to be a really good guest. Like I've done my homework. And Amy, you, I just said your name out loud. It's like, that's the problem with overthinking. Get you in trouble if you just do what you
Always.
know.
Every time.
Yeah.
Every
It'll
time.
But
work
it's
out.
not in trouble. It's a great moment. It's great that you thought her name was Amy. I love it.
Yeah.
That's a great moment.
Yeah. It's a
Wow.
great moment.
Then you've had a shitty life.
Yeah.
If that
I don't
in
leave
your
my
mind
apartment. I don't
is
leave my
a great
apartment.
moment, me
I say no to
getting
everything.
the wrong name.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
say no
so
to
he's so nice.
everything.
Why are you here today?
Because I did say yes to Tom. I said yes to Tom and Christina when they offered us a podcast.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, listen. Thank you so much. Appreciate
Yeah, this was so
you
fun.
coming
you.
in.
Thank
and
you.
yeah, thanks guys. That's another epi.
That's it. That's a closer.
That's a closer.